All right. So here we go. I'm gonna piece this together for you guys. The VIX is not doing anything crazy right now. Everything that's going on with the VIX right this second is completely normal. This is completely normal. Nothing strange. Nothing unusual. Don't think that I'm talking about like right this second. I'm talking about something for what we saw have happen yesterday. I'm gonna build you guys a little story here. I'm gonna link the post to the live stream here and pin it up top just in case anybody wants access to this. Um, this is a theory. This is a theory. So I don't want everybody to get their panties all in a bundle here. This is a theory. Explanation for what we saw have happen yesterday on the VIX. So rated about exactly, I think it was 1400 if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back through my notes here and see. Yeah, exactly at 1400 yesterday. So Eastern Standard Time, that would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which we all know is a very set standard time that we've been kind of focused on a lot in the past. And I've always told you guys, like, don't be focused on such, a hard set time because you're probably not going to see anything specific happen right at that time. I think this was a little bit ironic that it happened right at 2. I'm not going to put any faith in the fact that it happened right at 2 because what I'll show you here in just a minute is that it actually happened on Monday as well. And it wasn't right at 2 on Monday. But we'll take a look at that here in a second. So let's talk about what we saw have happen. Attempting to keep this as smooth brained as possible. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer anything after I'm done with this, but I'm not going to be able to see. Well, let me pull up what you guys are writing here. I'm gonna hold off questions. So wait just 1 second to let me finish through what I'm gonna show you guys, and then I'll answer any questions you have. What does liquidation to meet margin requirements look like? Like, what would you see in a marketplace, if margin requirements were required and somebody got liquidated? Step one, they would be forced to close their open short interest. Anything that they had that was going to get them back into margin requirements, it would be across the entire board, right? It wouldn't just be like one specific security or anything like that. They would do everything across the entire board because they would want the entire market to be affected equally. They wouldn't want to just impact one specific thing, right? Balance. It's all about balance. So they would shut down a lot of their open interest across the board. What does that look like? The VIX. The VIX is a Chicago-based options exchange market volatility index. When the volatility in the options market increases, the index rises. It makes massive amounts of volatility. It takes massive amounts of volatility to move the indicator large amounts. What did we see happen yesterday? Yesterday, the price was sitting, or I call it price, but it's the index value, was sitting at about 26 and I don't know, some change, 26 and some change. In a 2 minute span of time, it increased about, I think I did the math last time, it was like 12%, right? In 2 minutes, it halted. It halted. You can see this in the picture that I have here, right here. It halted for 5 minutes, and then started trading again and went right back down. We saw that. Wait a minute, how do I get it? How do I get out of this? I can't get. How do I get out? No. Oh, there it is. It's a picture. All right. Okay, so we saw that. We saw that happen. So what's the result? The VIX will show up as a sharp spike due to so many positions market-wide being closed. We absolutely saw that yesterday, exactly at 1400. It was halted after 10% increase after 2 minutes, and it lasted for 5 minutes. Step 2, forced buying of shares to settle the closed positions would occur. What does that look like? For those of you who are familiar with the Wyckoff theory out there, it would look like accumulation, markup, distribution, then markdown. It's very, very Wyckoфfian type action, right? You have accumulation of shares, you have markup on price, you have distribution to bag holders, which is essentially us, retail, right? And then you have a markdown in price. What would be the impact? The impact would look like an increase in market prices across the board, ETFs, commodities, everything, the whole kit and caboodle. Everything would have an absolute market rise. What did we see happen in the SPY yesterday? Exactly at 1400, price started dropping in the market. Accumulation, then you saw markup, and then you saw distribution. You saw the Wyckofian price cycle occur right after that happened. Step 3, market value is extracted by long institutions. This is the distribution portion. What does that look like? Refer to the Wyckoff price cycle chart. The impact is major price markdowns across the board from long position selling. I'm sure you guys saw posts all over the place yesterday like, why in the world is everything looking the same? Why did everything across the board start decreasing in value all of a sudden, right at 2 o'clock yesterday, start rising in price all of a sudden, and then dropping everything? You find there's so many posts by so many people yesterday about like, this is crime, this is happening in the market. No, guys, you saw a liquidation happen yesterday, and it was market wide. There was a big boy. There was a big boy out there that had an impact across the entire market who got liquidated for some value. For some value. I don't know how much, but it seems like it was enough to affect the entire market. All 3 steps were achieved yesterday, starting exactly 1400. Step 1 is initiated by step 2 starting at 1419, and step 3 occurred at 1447. Go look at it across the board. Doesn't matter what stock you look at, you'll find it. Bonus material. This wasn't first time it happened. Nope. On Monday at 1512, on Monday, which would be, let's see, 3:12 Eastern Standard Time, it happened also. Same exact thing. The only difference here is that the value that the VIX drove up by was like 25.6 and some change to 26 and a quarter, less than a single point, right? We didn't see it happen. It was so small, nobody even noticed. But I'll bet you if you go back and you look at some of the different stock tickers on Monday, I'll bet you see some very similar Wyckofian accumulation distribution life cycles. Betcha. Betcha. But it wasn't nearly as big. Not nearly as big. What we saw happen yesterday was a much bigger liquidation. I have a feeling we're going to start seeing some more of these. What does this mean? I didn't go into this. I didn't go into any of what this means because nobody actually even asked in this in the Reddit post. There's only actually 97 upvotes on it. I posted it kind of late last night, so people were kind of sleeping. I think probably didn't get a chance to see it yet. But what this means is that we're probably going to see more and more and more of these liquidations across the board in the market. We're probably going to see that, and when those liquidations start occurring, we're going to see more of these accumulations and distribution cycles that occur right afterwards. That means the market's going to start moving down, guys. We're going to see very similar movements in the future. Be ready for it. Know that it's coming. And understand that this is the result of what it is that we've been working for such a very long time. Very, very long time. It's happening, guys. We've talked about this. It's not a surprise. It's not anything new. It's what I've been expecting to see for a long time. Jordan says, Casey, do you see any downside continuation here? Of course I do. Until we have complete margin calls for institutions where they completely get liquidated, we will continue to see downside in the markets. But I'm telling you guys, we witnessed something yesterday. We witnessed history. We witnessed history yesterday. The effects of everything that it is that has been happening in the markets and what we've been doing that is causing the markets to do what it's doing is coming full fruition. Now, has anybody asked yet? Let me look here. I'm gonna go through the comment section real quick here and see what there's going to be said here.